Alrighty, so welcome everyone. Thanks for getting on. I just mentioned right before I hit record, but this is not going to be the most exciting call because I want to talk to you guys a little bit about compliance stuff that we were shared, and it's not like bad stuff, but things that we were shared with at leadership. And I'll get into a little bit later, but because of the nature of what we do in the multi-level marketing, there is um, you know, people are watching it. They don't want this to come off as like this like get rich quick scheme thing, and they're really watching what people do and how they promote the business. And to be honest, there was Body by Vi. I want to say that was the company that actually got shut down by whoever regulates us, and I don't know the proper name, but because of false claims and misleading and stuff like that. So I was shared some information at the leadership conference, and I just feel that it's my obligation to pass along to all of you. So quick few things to any of our new coaches. The Success Club trip for 2017 will be in Punta Cana, and it is sold out, but it's not too late to get on the wait list. Will you definitely get a spot? I can't guarantee that, but I can tell you if you hit Success Club every month, your chances of getting off the wait list and onto the Success Club trip and basically earning a trip for free next year are much greater. So if you have questions specifically about this, there's an FAQ you can search in the back office, but I wanted to make sure that anyone who hasn't got on the wait list yet, you can always get on it, and you don't actually have to pay anything to get on the wait list. So you could get on, and then in the event that you get off, you could make that decision at that point because there is a $300 non-refundable deposit. So have to toss that in because big thing you don't want to miss. And Summit, again, event is sold out, but they are working on getting people off of the wait list and filtering through people who have registered initially and can no longer make it. So they're pushing out different emails to people who are registered, confirming that, yes, in fact, you are still registered, you are going. That way that they can, get everything logistically figured out so that they can start releasing people off the wait list. So again, if you're not on it already, get on the wait list. It's, I don't know, there's like 30,000 people on the wait list. I cannot tell you the method as to how they are getting people off. I do know that if you are a new coach and you hit Success Club in your first, either your first month or your second month and then the next consecutive two, and you earn that free ticket, that they are giving priority to the free ticket people, the people who hit the Success Starters in their first 3 months. So something else to just give you that little extra nudge to hit Success Club. It is a huge game changer in your business. I went to Summit as a pretty much brand new coach 2 years ago. And it really helped me kind of solidify that, yes, I wanted this to be more than just something that I was doing on the side and really commit to it. I cannot share enough positive experiences from Summit. So if you are in this business and you can make it July 28th through the 31st of this year, highly recommend getting on that list and getting to Nashville. The promotions for February, if you don't know already, we've got 4 coming in at $140. So you've got the Fix Extreme Size, and the 3-day refresh. And then there's also the Kickstarts with all the promotions. So, again, it's the Team Cup month. February, in all honesty, isn't usually a super popular month. So once March hits and it's spring, I will tell you from my last 2 years, come March, it usually kind of picks up a little bit. People are generally more likely to want to make a change and commit because you start shedding a couple more layers and you start to care a little bit more. January, people were in that like New Year time to make a change thing. February is just kind of like, like nothing much going on. It's still a little bit cold. People are less likely to get geared up for that change, which is why there are 7 challenge pack promotions this month. So use those in your favor. If you haven't done a 3-day refresh yet, great way to use it, promote it, and talk about it. And then, hopefully, help people get on board. You could always do like a 3-day refresh group, or, something along those lines. But those are our promotions. With the Team Cup this month, obviously there's the promotions and prizes that are through the corporate side. So if you are registered, you've seen all the options, and you've probably seen that, you can win. My mom's going to draw a blank, so I'm not even going to try to do it. But there's prizes based on your tiers, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. But on top of that, I'm going to do our own little One Fit Fam Cup challenge. And I kept my team on here. Obviously, I won't really win a prize for it, but I didn't want to exclude the girls that were on my team for being on my team. So I put them up here. We have 10 total teams. And I'm going to make a Google Doc so that we can track the team's points. They come out, I think on Friday or Saturday, I got the email with our team's points, but I want everyone to track them. And in the top team, everyone on the team, I will buy you a Lumi Light, which if you don't win the Lumi Light from this month, I highly recommend making that an investment in your business because it totally amps up your game on your selfies. I know it sounds a bit crazy to think that you're going to buy a light for selfies, but let's be real, we're coaches. We take a lot of selfies and the lighting matters. And I can tell you my images are so much better when I can use the selfie light. And my kids think it's really cool when they're like watching a show and can light up the thing on the back of the phone. So here's my Lumi Light. I love it. It literally makes, oops, wrong way, but just a little backline light, but it's really, I mean, I actually broke my first one and bought another one because it made that big of a difference in my pictures that I didn't want to go without it. So that's what's going to be the first prize for the 5 people who are top point earners for the month. And then for the second place team, I'm going to do some sort of motivational tank, and we can figure out whatever team wins. You guys can pick your tank or something. Actually found a cute person on Etsy that makes some pretty cool shirts and tanks and stuff. So we'll figure that out as we go. But just a little extra fun, you know, a little friendly competition throughout the month just to encourage you all to work together. It's a team thing. You get your points for your Success Club points, but then you also get bonus points for rank advancing. So if you personally rank advance or you have a coach that rank advances, you would get extra cup points. So if you have a personally sponsored coach who rank advances to Emerald, you would get a bonus, 3 bonus points. If that person was on your cup team, they would get the 3 points for rank advancing, and you would get the 3 points for having a coach that rank advance. So you could potentially get 6 cup points. So again, the whole point of this is to just work together as a team, earn points, rank advance, grow your business. Wanted to share, I know we're a little late, but I had put this together last week and I just really wanted to share our leaderboard from January because it was amazing. And when I boiled it down, I realized it's about 141 people that our team helped in the month of January. And I want to, and I haven't figured out like the method to do it, but I want to kind of as a team think like how many people can we help throughout the year? Like if we did 141 in the month of January, what could we do throughout the 12 months? And I want to track it throughout the year because I think that's like Success Club points are cool and all, but when you start to think about the number of people, 140 people whose lives are changed because of what we collectively have done in just a month, I just think that's unreal. So I want to put a little post, you know, I don't know how I'll do it, but I want to do something to kind of set a goal together. And I don't want to set it myself. I want input from you guys, but I want to see like, what do you think we can do as the year progresses? And in the short 9 days of the month, we already have 2 people in Success Club. Elise, who is pretty brand new coach. She signed up in January. So she's just into her 2nd month as a coach. She's at Success Club 6. And Holly, who has been rocking it, she's also at 6. So we've got 2 people in Success Club 5 already. We had 3 Emerald rank advancements last month, which is super exciting. Austin, who's also a brand new coach. Holly, who was a new coach in January, I believe as well, and Nicole Stevens. So congratulations to you ladies. And we've got a heck of a lot of people already on the board. Lots of people at 4. See, Kara, Becca, you girls are on here. You're both sitting at Success Club 4. So if you know, whether you're on this list or not, my goodness, there's still a lot of time left in February. You know, if you have your challenge groups set for Monday, and you're not, you know, filling those challenge groups yet, set another one. Work with your team, cup teams. Maybe you can team up with somebody else to run another group. You know, I ran a free clean eating group last week. A lot of people teamed up with me for that. But if you didn't do one yet, run a free clean eating group. You know, think of ways to offer something out to other people just to start building, you know, build your customer base, build your client base, and start talking to people about what we have to offer. But super proud of all the people who have already made it on to the leaderboard for February. And then something else I'm going to do a poll. So I want you all to if you haven't seen like the polls, there's actually like, I can create a poll in our team page and you can actually like click your options. But I wanted to get people's thoughts and opinions on team calls. So obviously there's a lot of different calls. If you're a new coach, there's a new coach call on Sunday. If you're in the push group of some form or fashion, there's those calls. Those are on Tuesdays. I did that call right before this one started. And then I know Deidre has running a social media boot camp group. And I know some people have ended up in that group, and there's a call for that. So there's calls for a lot of people who are already actively working the business. Then there's the Dream Team call on Monday night. And then there's Deidre's Forever Fit calls on Thursdays. We have the National Wake Up Call every Monday. So we are by no means at a lack of training opportunities and get together opportunities and ways to talk. So I know that for some people, it's hard to get on weeknight calls. You know, you've got families, you've got jobs, you've got other things to do. So I want to gauge, and, you know, I don't need an answer now, and I'll throw out option. I am happy to do these calls every single Tuesday night. Not a problem. But if people would rather use this time to do other things, I can also do, you know, I won't completely nix a team call because I do value the importance of getting together as a team. But I've thought of different things, whether it's doing a team call the first Tuesday of the month, and then if I, you know, when something like the Team Cup is coming out, I would just make a video for you guys about it, opposed to scheduling a set time. I know a lot of people end up jumping on the recordings for these anyways because they have other things to do. So just something to think about. I'm going to create that poll. There's no right or wrong answer to it. I'm just trying to think, what is the best use of my time? What's the best use of your time? If you're already getting on or trying to catch the recordings of this call, and this call, is it redundant? Is there stuff that, you know, you don't need to get, or would you rather just get together as a team on Tuesdays? So that's going to be coming out as well. Just FYI. Now, compliance. So this little guy here, this is our chief legal officer. So he did a presentation for us at the New Leader Conference about just things that you need to know about the PMP, which is the policies and procedures. So like any business, there is a massive document, you know, so to speak, an electronic document online that goes through all of the policies and procedures. It is a business. There are rules and there are things you don't want to break. I will say, if you ever have a question about what something would be acceptable or not acceptable, they're like the nicest people. I know it's like, oh, I don't want to call compliance, but they'll answer anything you have. Like when we have all these issues that have been coming up with, if you've seen that, oh, you can go buy Shakeology 2 bags for $90 at such and such place, like you can talk to compliance about these, like share these things with compliance. They're super easy to talk to. I've contacted them about just random things that have come up. So don't ever, if you have questions, you know, you can always ask me about them, but don't ever hesitate to reach out to, there's a compliance email in the back office. But it's important, I think, to know what is, you know, what are the rights and wrongs and things that we should do as we are growing the business. So they shared 7 tips with us. First one is the income claim. And I believe this is what that Body by Vi company kind of got shut down for. And I know that these slides are hard to see, and that's the point being, if you look at the first slide on the left, that's that whole Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success with the company. I know a lot of people, you know, it's one of the things that has helped, one of the things that got me involved in coaching was me seeing a paycheck of my coach. And I was like, holy cow, like she makes how much money running challenge groups? Like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. Like, granted, I know now it's a lot more than running challenge groups, but it was that initially caught my attention. And I was like, seriously, like this is a legit thing. But they are so adamant that if you're making any sort of claims about your income that you have got from Beachbody, you must add that that little blurb that says Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success. And if you look at any of the other top coaches who have put income claims out there, you'll start seeing this popping up at the end of it, because they can like literally shut you down for not adding this claim. And the image on the right, what it shows is the first picture literally just shows this house and says paid cash for this baby. Thanks, Beachbody. So obviously you don't want to make posts like that. But if you've built this business that has allowed you to earn an income that also then allowed you to go pay cash for a house, that's okay. And you can still talk about it. But and the second one is literally, paid for our new vacation home. Thanks, Beachbody. Add in, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success. So I know it doesn't always make the post look as pretty. And I've done things like, because I have to ... and put it on there. Like, doesn't matter. You have to put it on there. To be legal, it has to be on there. So I don't want to discourage anyone from talking about the income benefits of this business, because I think that is one misconception. I had somebody after, being in a challenge group of mine for 3 months, I made a post about paying off my student loans. And she actually said to me, "You make money at what you do." And I was like, oh dear goodness. I don't dedicate all those hours to that group just for nothing. Like, I love doing it, but you've seen me in there. I spend a lot of time in there, and people just don't know. So it has so much potential, but you just need to be careful about the way you portray it. Oop, I have to click this way. And sometimes the examples that they use here is a little annoying, so the second one is your product claims of cure. So this is one I've had to watch with, because of the changes that I had made through Shakeology and clean eating and exercise. I have been able to completely get off my Crohn's disease medicine, which is amazing, but it didn't cure me. So I can't say like Shakeology cured my Crohn's disease, because that wasn't it. So like, I've always worded it that the changes I made in my lifestyle, the changes I made towards a healthier lifestyle have helped me to, be able to live my life med-free type of thing. But if you notice on like, if they'll show like before and afters, they do, and I can't even read that. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. We all know that living a healthier lifestyle is going to help prevent diseases. You just can't say like Shakeology cured me. And that's what this thing is showing. You can see, like, I think on the picture, the before and after picture they have on this slide, it was, like someone losing 300 pounds and saying they did it in T25 in like the first week. Like, that's not realistic. Like, you didn't do that in a week. And the other one is like, Shakeology cured my blindness. No, Shakeology didn't cure your blindness, but Shakeology can do a lot of other things. So point being, be careful on how you word things. If you have been fortunate enough to have something so drastic, like I know Katie Erster used to always say that she was told that she would lose her hair through her cancer treatments because it was very aggressive and she was going to lose her hair, and she didn't. And she says, she's like, I know it's because Shakeology. Like, I swear that's why. But she's like, I can't say that because that's not legal to say. So you just have to be careful in what you're saying, that, the programs, the products, what they can and can't do for you, because they haven't actually been tested. Now, I will say there was a study that was done. So it was clinically proven that Shakeology aids in weight loss, can help lower lower cholesterol and blood sugar levels. Those are 3 things it was clinically proven to do, and they have the results to support that. The whole fact that it does help with energy, like, yes, it has, but that wasn't clinically proven. So being careful in the wording that you use as you are, making claims of how it's helped you. Moving on, number 3, bonus pools and incentives. So this is, again, the examples I give are so silly, but this is where they say, like, you can't say anyone who joins a team this month is going to win a trip to Hawaii. So you can't really do that, but you can say anyone who buys a challenge pack will be eligible for a $25 gift card to Lululemon. So be realistic. It's okay to offer things back. Now, you can't do cash back. So that was something that changed not long ago. It has to be in the form of a gift back. So you can't do like the cash back, but you can do I've done Amazon gift cards before, because you can buy an Amazon gift card online using somebody's email address, and it like sends them an e-gift cards. Like, you're not shipping anything to them. It's instant. But you just have to be careful that you cannot offer incentives for people to join your team. And if you're going to offer something, it has to be like a broad to everyone. You can't just offer things to, one person and not the other. So if you're going to offer anyone who buys a challenge pack from me gets a $25 gift card, you then would have to, like, if you're going to say that, you then would have to do it for anyone who buys it in whatever stated time you did. So just being careful about, it's okay to do the bonus pool, incentives to get people to join you. You just have to be careful that, what you're offering out is something that is open and eligible to everyone who is joining your team. And from a rank advancement standpoint, everyone knows as you rank advance, you get gifts. It's something that I think I shouldn't say all, most teams do some form of recognition for different levels of rank advancement. But you got to be careful in the sense that, as you rank advance your level, like if you are a diamond, like I'll use my own personal example. If you're one of my diamonds and I'm holding a 5-star rank that would qualify me for a bonus pool, I cannot say to those 5 people, if you hold this during this qualification period, I'll give you X amount of money or I'll buy you this, because I'm targeting just these certain people that would benefit me. Now, I can offer something out to a group, says anyone who holds their ranks, any of my personally sponsored coaches who are a paid diamond on this day can have whatever, but I can't do it in such a way that somebody else reaching a goal would help me reach something of mine and like limit it. And that may be a little bit over your head and not make sense at this point, but it just comes to, you can't bribe your coaches to do like hold rank or to do something so that it benefits you from like the bonus pool standpoint. 4 is through social media. You have to identify yourself as a independent team Beachbody coach, which this one was one I have on my like I don't think you don't have to have it as a like title on your Facebook page or anything, but as you're talking to people, you have to kind of, you're independent of Beachbody. So you're I don't even think you have to say, the wording here says you have to identify as an independent Beachbody coach. My understanding wasn't that you had to use those exact wording, but you have to identify, like, you are separate from Team Beachbody. You run your own business. You are, you're putting yourself out there as a coach. You want to make sure that you're promoting yourself in such a way that would represent Team Beachbody in a way Team Beachbody will want you represented. People have been I don't want to say punished, but they've been reprimanded for not acting appropriately on social media. So whether it's, a personal situation that comes up, when you're putting yourself out there as a Team Beachbody coach, you are expected to withhold, your certain stand, like you don't want to be trash talking, stripper pole dancing, whatever, and being like, I'm a Beachbody coach. Like, you want to represent yourself in a way that respectful way, I guess would be the right word to say. So there have been people who have had life events happen. I know there was one where it was like a really bad divorce and there was a lot of nasty talk back and forth, and they were reprimanded because it was a very high up coach who was well known in the business, and her presence on social media was very negative. So, and it's not like they shut her down. They just, you can't do that as a coach. Like, if you're going to continue your business like this, you cannot have that negative feel to you. So just something to be aware of. That was 4. Number 5 is bonus buying. And I think this is probably one of the most common things, which people may not even really think of. But this comes down to, it's called the U+2 rule. And basically, you can use your credit card for you plus 2 other people in your household. So my credit card is like the same one on file for me as it is for my husband. And I can use the credit card for both of us. My name, my numbers, 2 accounts. It's my husband. It's not a big deal. I cannot use my credit card and create an account for my best friend in Georgia and put her name on an account, create a new account as, Jane Doe down in Georgia, and put all her information in and use my credit card to buy a challenge pack to where I would then earn commission and I would earn Success Club points for it. That's called bonus buying. Now, with the U+2 role, you can have a parent or a child on your credit card that can count as that U+2. So you could buy your mom's Shakeology, or you could buy your child's Shakeology, and they may live in a different state. But if you're going to be using your credit card for somebody, like if it's the parent or child, if you're using that as the U+2 and they're in another household, you would just want to let compliance know, because it's going to raise a red flag. Like they have tech people working on it to where they can catch this stuff pretty easily. And it just comes down to like hitting Success Club. You don't want it, it needs to be legit new customers who were buying challenge pack, not you using your credit card under somebody else's name to just get the Success Club points. Carrie, do you have a question?
Yeah, just a quick question on when you're buying gifts for people like the Fix8 book. Is that okay to
Mm-hmm.
do? You
Yeah,
can do
so
it.
you can under your account.
Yes.
Yeah, so like it's still your account and you're just
Right.
shipping it to someone else. Yes.
Yes, as
You
a
can
gift.
log in, you can ship things out of your account. It's your account, your credit card.
Okay.
What you can't do is create an account. Like I could
For somebody
not.
else.
Yes, I could not create an account for my cousin
Right.
or whoever and use her name, but my credit card. So
Right.
I'm paying for it. I'm earning commission on it, but I'm putting her name on it.
Right. Okay.
So that's the bonus buying thing. Like I actually got flagged for this once. So I used my stepdad. I used his name and it was going to him. They were drinking the Shakeology and I wanted a new program. So instead of having them order the Shakeology under my mom, I had him, like I created an account with his name and shipped it to them. They got the Shakeology. I'm like, when I see you, you can get me the program, but I paid for it. So that was bonus buying. Like I can't do that. Like I can't say, like if you want to do that, then he needed to pay for it with his credit card and then I would have just paid him back. You know what I mean? Like you cannot use your credit card for other people's purchases. And in an instance, it was a parent. So it actually falls under the exceptions. Like it was okay. But when you use it for somebody outside of your home, you just are supposed to let them know because they catch it and they're pretty good at it. It's a super common thing. Someone would be like, oh, I want to buy just the program. And it's like, oh, we'll buy the challenge pack and I'll buy the shakes back from you or vice versa. You buy the challenge or you want Shakeology and do a challenge pack. I'll buy the program back from you. You cannot use your card to do that. If you're going to work something out with somebody, they need to buy it themselves. You just can't do it for them.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Any other questions on that? I feel like that's actually a kind of a common one. Anybody? Okay. Moving on. Intellectual property trademark. So the back office actually has I can't remember exactly. I think if you go into your My Business Tools, there's a tools and marketing tab in there. You can get all the logos, like if you're doing business cards, like all the logos are in there, the approved logos. The one thing they don't want you to do is use Shanti's picture on something of yours. Like you don't want to use there's a lot of images. Like I know like when they were doing like the Fix release countdown, that was one. And like where like Beachbody was putting out images with, Hammer and Chisel countdown and Fix Extreme countdown on it. Those images are okay to use. You just can't pull images that you see like other people using and like pull them off as your own. Like the trainers don't like that. Like you can't pull something of Shanti's and go put it on an ad for something. If it's not like a team Beachbody thing, those things are okay. But if it's like something else, that the trainers just be respectful of their stuff. But if you're looking for any sort of logos, like the one thing that I have done with Hammer and Chisel, you can I actually Google them all the time. If you Google a PNG image, it's one of like the images that has a clear background, like a transparent background. That's where I get my hammer and chisel transparent background image. And I put that on my pictures, but you can also get those in the back office. Like they have PNG images, which just means that there's no white background behind it or anything. And you can use those, through the images you're creating for social media. But just, be aware of where you're getting this stuff from, and, trademark rules and copyrights, that kind of stuff. And then the last thing was be a Beachbody ambassador for the Code of Ethics. So if you see something or you hear of something that doesn't sound right, like, don't keep it to yourself. There's actually a really big issue that was brought up that somebody came across, some coach who, I believe it was actually under the bonus buying realm, but there was a video found on YouTube of some coach that was doing a training that was basically promoting this, and it turned into a huge issue amongst other coaches because one coach called it out, and then there ended up like this big debate about it. But the girl who brought it up, she made I love the post she made, and I'm in this a 5-star leadership group, so like there's all these coaches in there, and the girl basically, she posted a picture of herself with her kids and her husband on like a Tuesday morning laying in bed. She's like, these are my Tuesday mornings. I worked really hard to get to this point to where this is what my Tuesday morning looks like. I don't want other people messing this up. And it goes back to what we were saying in the beginning, where they can shut you down if you don't do things ethically, if you don't do things the right way, if you don't promote this business for what it is out there to do. So it caused a lot of stir, but like, I get it. Like people work very hard to retire their spouses. In this girl's particular instance, she brought her husband home from war. So she's like, I don't want someone else who's messing with the policies and procedures that does something that's going to cause us to get shut down, because this business is my life. And this business can become your life, and it can become a huge part of who you are and what you do. Just make sure you're doing things in the right way and building your business ethically. And I think when it comes down to it, there was another example, and I don't know where it falls within this, but I don't know if you've ever seen those people who, like, I know like the raps people, I see that on Instagram all the time, where they're like, join my team and make $500 this month, or join my team and earn this bonus of X amount of dollars. They lead with the money aspect of it. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of financial opportunity with this business, but I feel like leading with the financial side just kind of gives a bad taste in your mouth. Like, yes, it's provided me amazing opportunities, but above that, it's transformed the way I feel and the way half my family feels and the way they live and their overall health. And I think if you can shift your focus to the challenger aspect and leading with the challenge group opportunity and still sharing the coaching opportunity, by all means, you don't want to discount that. But it starts, in my mind, with your own personal transformation, your own inner transformation, your own outer transformation. And it starts with that challenge pack, that challenge group. And then from there, if you go about it in the right way and you're focused on getting challengers who want to change, who want results, and getting them to their goal point, they're naturally going to turn to coaches. I don't feel like you need to lead with the come join my team and make $500 type of, and I don't really see coaches doing that. It's just something I swear I see on Instagram like every day coming up, where it's like, although they lead with the money side of it. And while the potential is here, I don't feel like that should be the driving force. You need to have something else behind it so that you can keep pushing through and growing the business. So that is what I have for you ladies this evening. Are there any questions on anything that I went over, anything to clarify, anything totally random that you just want to ask me? Anybody? I will leave screen share. Now I can see everybody. Any questions? Okie dokie, Smokies. Well, thank you very much for getting on. It's Team Cup Month. Keep it up. There's lots of growth. I know I've talked to a lot of you on the side, and I feel like there's several people who are where I am. That's like, you've got like people who are like, yeah, I'm committed. I'm going to do it. And then, they go into like the witness protection program or something. So don't let those people hold you back. they will come around. I got one tonight that the girl said, "You're probably wondering why I haven't got back to you. I'm having some hesitations." I'm like, kind of figured, because you have ignored me for the last 2 weeks. So I did kind of assume that. And, she's going to think about it a little bit more. But don't let those little things discourage you. Those people who you've talked to at some point, they're still watching you, and they'll come back around.
That was a question I had. You know how there's a couple of Shakeology commercials, funny one, and then a more informative one with Tony Horton. And then, and then the webinar that was posted in the push group. Do you ever share those with like your coaches and do you ever share those with people through a private message or
like people like who are interested?
Well, I was thinking the people that I would like to share with people who are potential coaches, people who I think that I might have that, those people who might be, you can kind of feel they're pulling back a little and you want to share them more information about the shake. Or
I've posted Shakeology. I go through spurts because like when I think about it, I'll post it in the challenge group and then I get off of it. But I try to post about Shakeology in the challenge groups more regularly because I think the more people know about like I know at one point I did like Superfood Sunday in a group. And I did that, for a little while where every Sunday was a new superfood and what it is and why it's there and what it does for you. Yeah. The Tony Horton video is a good one. I don't know if anyone does. I actually have that one saved.
There's two different ones. There's one where he's kind of goofing around at the cash register.
Yeah, I like that one.
And then there's the more informative one where they talk about where the superfoods come from.
I don't even know that I've seen the more informative, or I can't think of what it is right now. I use the one, like the funny one where he's like, "Ooh, cheese puffs, those will kill ya." Like that one. But I've shared that. I haven't shared it with potential coaches, to be honest. One of the best things I can recommend doing is a coaching opportunity call. And even if yours doesn't look exactly like mine, it coming from you, and you can use the slides that I have and edit out, because I used to share I would share Deidre's or Melanie's coaching opportunity call. And I'm like, well, heck, I don't want them to go join their team. Like, I want them to join mine. So I want them to hear from me. I don't want them to see like what these coaches have done. Now, having those resources is huge. And I think it's a great benefit, but I wanted them to hear me. So I recorded my business opportunity call, and that's what I send to coaches. Like, I'll send, have you ever considered doing what I do? I have this little, the last one I did was like 18 minutes. So not long. I don't go on and on about, like, I know like some people's are longer. They're like 45 minutes, and that's fine. I keep it short and sweet, what it is, how you can sign up, what we have to offer, what your options are as a coach, what we do from a challenge group, from Super Saturdays to the Success Club trip to Summit. Like I include all the different things, but I think if you can have your own, when you have and that's my quick, when somebody says to me, I'm interested in coaching, I just send them that. I don't have to talk about anything else. I don't have to write up this long message. I send them that video. Watch this and then we'll talk. But like, that's kind of like my starting point. Yeah. So I'll post, I don't know if I've posted them recently. I'll post my slides. You can take out half of them. It can be 5 minutes of you talking about coaching, but it, and think, make a video now as what you're exactly saying. People who you see potential in, even if they haven't expressed it. Right. And, I want to make a little video to share a little bit more what I do as a coach and why I think this could be an opportunity for you. And, whether it's slides or just you talking about, 5 different points about what it is, a video coming from you, it's going to save you time because you don't have to sit there and write a message to somebody. Right. And it's kind of, it's one and done, then it's out there, and it's a resource you can continue to use.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? Okay.
Good night.
All right. Have a wonderful evening. You're welcome. Thanks for getting on, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.